answer is all of the above. Allegedly, of course, the two banes of Mr. Beast's existence, Queen Rosanna Pansino and the legend Mr. Dogpack 404, have struck yet again with some more damning evidence against the Mr. Beast empire. These two internet vigilantes will not rest until Mr. Beast and his goons grovel before them and finally pay for the evil things they've done.
So, I have in my possession a video that a former Mr. Beast employee sent me of Jimmy allegedly illegally gambling online. I've also received evidence that Mr. Beast has faked one of his philanthropy videos. So someone sent me also what appears to be Mr. Beast's personal Reddit account. I'm gonna read it here. At the time, Jimmy was 19, and the legal age to gamble in North Carolina is 21. So this is 7 years ago. Okay, so it says, guys, don't gamble. The pain isn't worth it. I've lost tens of thousands of dollars gambling cryptos, and I regret it. On this side alone, I have lost $15,000. This is the link to my profile. Oh, what's that? What's that link? Bustabit.com. All right, then response. Wow, that is crazy. Insane losses. Sorry, my dude. I gambled 10 Ethereum on a coin flip and lost, and I haven't gambled since. I've decided I'm not going to spend the rest of my life sad about my losses. I'm just going to let it go and never gamble again. Been 2.5 months since I last gambled, and I don't ever plan on doing it again. Started as little money just for fun, and very fast spiraled out of control. I'd recommend that you never touch a gambling site again. I don't know how, but you eventually become numb and more risk tolerant. And then it's GG.
All right, guys, so what did we learn from this clip here? Oh, that Jimmy Donaldson was gambling at the ripe age of 19. You know, only 2 years before it becomes legal in North Carolina. Clearly, he has absolutely no respect for the law, which honestly, I mean, this is far from the worst thing ever. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't have any respect for the law. I guarantee you right now that there's about 1,000 people in Las Vegas sorting crack off of a stripper's butthole as we speak. So the point is that we really should consider is that he tries to make this message, this was years ago, but saying that he knows how bad gambling is. He knows the risk and he knows how addicting it can be and how much it can influence someone's life negatively, and that he does not wish that anybody else do what he did and waste their money and time gambling, right? He really, really, really forbids it. He warns against it. Don't do that. And then he turns around years later and starts promoting gambling left and right to children, a very impressionable audience. Now, somehow he's convinced himself in his goofy little head that this isn't the same thing. This isn't gambling. Yeah, it is. You're asking kids to put money into illegal lotteries online, which is horrible, and you know that. And the thing is, you've got no shame, no humility whatsoever, because you're actually just a robot, just some evil AI that created by, I don't know, fucking big media to control all the children, I guess. And seriously, you literally hit him with the Lord Farquaad, like the, some of you may lose all of your money, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
He says he's never going to gamble again, so let's check in and see how that's going.
Yesterday, I realized I'm 18 years old, which means I can buy scratch-off tickets. Let's just scratch them off, and hopefully I don't get addicted. Sorry, Mom. I spent $30,000 on lottery tickets. I spent $50,000 on scratch-off tickets. Here's $100,000 worth of scratch-off tickets.
Oh. I spent $1 million on scratch-off tickets. No joke, I bought so many that they literally had to deliver them in a dump truck.
So who here still believes that Mr. Beast has his impressionable child audience best interests at heart? Okay, anybody that said yes, there's the fucking door, get out. But anyway, what this does tell us, and along with a lot of the other evidence that is going to be exposed throughout the course of this video, is that, yeah, Jimmy doesn't seem to know where to draw the line on things. I mean, he knows that his audience is mostly children, but he promotes the concept of gambling and like giving away your money and stuff like that with hopes of getting things, which I guess is the definition of gambling. He does this and he promotes this over and over and over again, time and time again. And even though he knows the risks and how dangerous and how addicting it can be, he admits it. He admits having been addicted and having lost lots of money. What kind of habits do you think you're building in these young children that watch your content? That, hey, gambling is fun. Gambling is cool. Like, you aren't, your actions aren't showing what your words are saying or have said. said, and that is called a huge hypocrisy, contradiction, all of the above. And this is why people on the internet nowadays have very little faith that you actually give a shit about your audience or anything of that nature, which is why we brought things like Lunchly into question. It wasn't just because you made a box with crackers in it. It's because you made a box with crackers in it that you marketed towards children and claimed to be a healthy alternative to the other box of crackers. That's the problem.
Well, close to Jimmy, that he pressures his friends and his employees to gamble. This video is of Jimmy and some friends hanging out, and it appears that they are gambling on Bust-A-Bit, which is a website that is illegal in the United States.
Oh shit! Holy shit! That's probably the stupidest thing I've ever done. The crazy thing is, you weren't here.
He says, "Oh shit, that's probably the stupidest thing I've ever done." What you can see in the reflection of these large windows at night is the Bust-A-Bit website. This video is only a couple years old, so it shows that he is continuing to do this behavior, and not only gambling, but illegal gambling. Also, I'm watching the video and I'm looking around to see if I recognize any of the faces. What do you know? I spot Mark Rober.
Oh, I like that guy.
It really does just keep getting worse, doesn't it? No, I know. That doesn't mean that good old Mark Rober is some kind of evil villain, crazy, scary person or anything. I'm just really hoping that, in a couple weeks we don't start seeing videos, the Mark Rober situation got worse, or he's done. If that happens, I will be sad, because I do enjoy Mark Rober's videos when they come out every now and again, and I would like to believe that he's a good dude. But this also isn't a very good look for him. Why is he at this illegal gambling get-together, or whatever they want to call it, As Rosanna explained, that website they were using is illegal in the United States. And not only is that, but I think they stream this. I think they stream this. I don't know if I'm not sure. I think it was a stream, maybe it wasn't. I could be wrong about that, but I'm not really sure how to fact check. But yeah, so that happened. But we're gonna leave Mark Rober alone for the time being, hopefully, and hopefully forever. But this is just more gambling bullshit, more of what Jimmy absolutely should not be doing and promoting to children, but he does it anyway. But this will be it for gambling for now. We are going to move on to the next thing. Crypto scams, our favorite.
In the crypto market, if we done in the stock market, the SEC would be after us. So even this is admitting that they know what they're doing is shady, in my opinion. So Dogpack sent me some crypto stuff, and I am not very good with that stuff, so I'm gonna call him. Hey Dogpack, I was wondering if you could come on over and help me explain.
Oh, hey.
He's so tall, you guys. He's really tall.
Wow, that's good tea.
It's good tea. Okay, so Dogpack, can you tell me, what are we looking at? What's going on here?
Yeah, so basically, Jimmy gave a lot of details about his crypto transaction history in that podcast. And using the details that he gave, I was actually able to find one of his specific crypto accounts. He goes by the name Wu-Tang Clan. So some notable things about this account: it was worth over $10 million in April of 2021.
Oh, okay, so this is time at the bottom, and then this is money here. Oh my goodness, look at that one. That's a high spike. Wait, how much is that
That's
again?
a lot of money for a guy who gives away all his money.
How much?
All right, guys. Well, King Dogpack has returned. Bet you weren't expecting to see him here. I mean, unless, of course, you were, because he's probably in the thumbnail of this video, and I might have mentioned him previously. But anyway, besides that, yeah, it was a nice, interesting, pleasant surprise, because he comes with the ammunition. He comes with the bombs, He's about to drop that shit all over Mr. Jimmy Donaldson's face, as per usual. So, Big Daddy Jimmy likes to claim that he doesn't have money. He gives it all away. Well, they're actually about to do the true breakdown of where Mr. Jimmy Donaldson's money really goes. I mean, does he really put as much of it into charity as he leads us to believe? Well, first off, I can answer that for you right now. No, not even fucking close. And you're going to be baffled when you discover how much he actually puts into his own personal gain, and not so much his businesses or his philanthropy like he claims.
Another interesting thing I found in 2021 is that he had invested in this company called Refinable. He had invested, And it seems like he allowed this company to use his likeness. He followed them on Twitter. He didn't tweet anything about it, as far as I can tell. He might have deleted the tweets, but they certainly were tweeting about him. I started to question, maybe this was a paid sponsorship of some kind.
Well, that's him on the banner, isn't it? On the...
Yeah, that's definitely him.
That's his likeness, as a cartoon version of him.
He was certainly letting them use his brand to promote this cryptocurrency.
And I'll check, but I'll see if he tweeted anything like, hey, don't use my image on there. But if he's tweeting that he's using it...
Yeah, and if he's following him on Twitter, he knows they're using... But, I mean, you can't say definitively that he was paid, but I do have his crypto account, and it did receive $560,000 in refinable token. But, I mean, anything could have happened. I mean, he could have got that randomly from anyone.
Could have
been a mistake, a clerical error of sorts.
A clerical error, a misclick,
yeah.
And just the money just showed up there.
But this cryptocurrency account that is allegedly his, it sold all of its refinable a month and a half after they started tweeting about Mr. Beast having invested in refinable.
Oh, got it. So they tweet about it.
They tweet about it, and then the price went up, and then he sold.
It. Right.
And now, currently today, refinable is down 99.97%, which is worse than Logan Paul's CryptoZoo token.
All right, guys. So this is the exact definition of a pump and dump, which is very much like what Boogie2988 did with his fatty coin, with what Logan Paul did with his CryptoZoo. So for those of you that aren't super literate in the crypto world, it's very simple how this concept works. Okay, a company comes by, or maybe even do it yourself, and they're like, hey, we got this coin, we want you to promote it, we want you to put money into it, and you're gonna make a little bit of that coinage on the side. Well, we make some of that bread too. You know what I'm saying? Very simple. And then they're like, okay, I'll do that. I'll promote this coin. I'll put some money into it. I'll buy XYZ amount of coins. And then what happens is the value of that coin starts to go up, okay, immediately. And then people see the value of that coin go up, and then they know that it's being promoted by somebody that they watch less, somebody that they trust, somebody that they want to invest in. So they put their money into that coin as well. And then the value shoots way the fuck up into the stars and beyond. And then when it's just about at its peak, the guys that first put their money into it take it out. They sell their coins, and then they profit big money bags, hell of money bags, a lot of coins. And then what happens is a lot of people start pulling out, and that value of that coin drops like a fat shit out of Logan Paul's asshole, and then it's worth nothing. It is absolutely worthless. So everybody that didn't pull out fast enough, well, now they got shit all over their faces, and they are screwed. Everybody is fucked afterwards, except for the select few people that pulled out in time. That's why it's called a pump and dump. Pump, dump. Very simple. So that's what Mr. Beast has allegedly, because I don't want to be sued, right? I gotta say allegedly, has done here with this particular crypto scam. I don't know how this managed to fly like under everybody's radar and then just over their heads, but this happened, and clearly Mr. Big Daddy Moneybags Jimmy Donaldson made quite a pretty penny off of it. Plus, who knows how many other fairly rich influencers also did this, but this comes at the expenses of so many other people, because so many people get screwed in this process. This is literally why I made the analogy earlier, right? Some of you may lose all of your money, but that's a sacrifice Jimmy Donaldson is willing to make. Allegedly, of course.
Scam cryptocurrencies.
Right.
You're certainly not alone.
Me.
It's basically just like stocks, but unregulated.
Unregulated stock.
Pretty much. He clearly allowed XCAD to use his likeness to promote their cryptocurrency, and then I checked this crypto account, and once again, 2 months after receiving $277,000 in XCAD, he sold it all. I'm not saying it's a pump and dump, but he allowed them to use his likeness, pumping the currency, and then dumped it. Yeah, so it seems like he's had millions of dollars to throw around in the crypto space, which is kind of strange considering that he claims to give all his money away and reinvest it into the videos.
Yeah, we're not gambling degenerates like some people.
Wait, so are you one of the rich people they want to eat? Or are you
I'm not that rich.
Not yet.
You up to me.
But I give my money away. I'm poor.
So he gives all of his money away. He's poor.
Okay.
But I give my money away. I'm poor.
Why the fuck you lying?
Gosh, we're not making money. Guys, we need to stop giving everyone something.
It's a huge problem for us now. I actually have to dial back my content sometimes just so people think it's real.
Also, if what we had to film was scripted, holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Have you ever faked a video?
Yeah, Mr. Jimmy Donaldson is poor after all these multiple crypto scam pump and dumps and, having a YouTube channel with over 100 million subscribers. Interesting. I'm sorry, did I say 100 million? I meant 300 million, because I forgot how ridiculous it actually is. Let's take somebody that actually donates a huge amount of their money, like Penguin Z0. He donates 50% of his ad revenue from YouTube to charity. And he still has money, and he acknowledges that he is still quite fucking wealthy. But yeah, sure. Let's see, how much do you donate, Mr. Jimmy Donaldson? How is it that you're broke, allegedly?
But really the most damning thing against Mr. Beast is that he has faked parts of his philanthropy videos in a way where he's making it look like they did more than they actually did. Here's one where he claimed to build 100 wells, but in multiple shots you see the same wells listed as different wells. Well 29 and 67 were the same. He also said he built a bunch of wells in Kenya, but then showed wells that were clearly built in Zimbabwe. Ro, I'll show you this clip.
Okay.
And I want you to try to find out what's wrong with it.
All right.
A few months ago, at the very top of a 9,000-foot mountain in a remote part of Nepal, this hospital looked like this.
That looks CGI.
Really?
That looks fake. I love movies. I'm a movie buff. I watch them all the time. And I know when I see CGI, this does not look real.
Yeah, no, I'm actually surprised you caught that. Most people didn't. But if you don't see the CGI at home, I'll point it out. This is the before shot of the hospital. This is the after shot, and then same thing over here. What I noticed is that Dan Mace, who's the director on Beast Philanthropy, did a behind-the-scenes video for this shoot where they build a hospital in Nepal or whatever.
Started off by getting the opening shots. I like to call these pinky plonk match cuts. These are great for
This, the building looks very different than in shots like this. And, for one example, there's like moss growing here, which is...
Yeah, it looks more decrepit.
Yeah, it's like
this
the
one.
concrete's breaking down right here. There's like holes in the roof. There's like all this random
But
crap.
in the real shot, there's no moss.
Yeah.
There's no decrepit.
Right here, you'll notice this pillar, 2 white lines. Right here, same pillar, 2 white lines. There's a building behind it. So in this opening shot, where Mr. B says, this is what the hospital looked like a month ago, they digitally removed the entire hospital to make it look like they built the hospital.
So yeah, there goes the he's super charitable and gives all of his money away defense, and yeah, that just adds to the list of lies that we already know existed. But this is awful. This is disgusting, dude. This is literally about as bad as Boogie, if not worse. Boogie faking fucking cancer, dude. Like, you're telling everybody that you're doing all these amazing things for the world and that you're building fucking hospitals and doing all these and making all these wells, and then not actually doing it so that people will think that you're a great, awesome person that's super charitable and is like the fucking Jesus of YouTube. Dude, what the fuck? That is so low. Like, that is way lower than a lot of the other things that you've done, in my opinion, like misleading people, because not only does it not get what you're saying done, but it also prevents potentially people donating to charities and stuff like that that actually will try to get some of those things done. Now, I'm not saying that there's charities for building wells in Africa, but it's like money that could potentially